My name is Paul Theakston. I'm the Rangeland Rehabilitation Officer based out of Cobar. Rangeland rehabilitation is all about re-establishing natural patterns and processes in the landscape and fixing soil erosion. So in this sort of landscape, what you generally have is when it rains, water flows off in a sheet, in a broad sheet, shallow sheet, very low energy. What we're looking at here is track erosion, so any sort of disturbance to that sheet flow concentrates that water in a narrow spot, it energises it and it causes soil erosion. If the road's eroded, we sometimes need to put in woe-buoys. That is an actual diversion bank that will take the water off the road and then spread it out onto the natural contour.
My name is Jason Jackson. I run JAJ Logistics, that's my off-farm business. So with our earth moving equipment, we've been doing a lot of work with LLS to do with erosion rehabilitation. Best first step is to hop off the machine, just get on the ground, have a quick look at what's been marked out so you know exactly what's there, get a plan in your mind how you're going to start.
In order to establish what the natural flow path is, you need to know what the contour line is. So if you can imagine 2 points that are the same level, water will be flowing perpendicular or 90 degrees to those 2 points. Once I know where the water should be flowing, and we look at the track, and we can see the track's diverted the water in a completely different direction, what we do, we go across the track to the other side of the track and go up anywhere from 5 to 10 centimetres in vertical height and put another point there. So we've got 3 points now. We've got the 2 points of the contour, and across the track we've got another point anywhere from 5 to 10 centimetres higher than those 2 contour points.
If there's vegetation on the site, you might need to push the vegetation to the far end of the burrow pit. If the ground is hard, and you've got rippers, you may need to use rippers to loosen the soil up. If not, you can use the corner of the blade. So the first pass with a grader will be to back down the burrow pit so you're facing the roadway. Get your blade on a sharp angle away from the edge of the level sill and take a series of passes that sort of take out like fillets of the ground and move that material up to the edge of the roadway. Don't go onto the roadway with sort of V-bits. You want to stockpile the dirt on the edge of the roadway. So that might take a series of passes, always pulling the dirt away from the level sill. Then you'll back down, spin your blade back around the other way, and then move the stockpile material up and over the roadway to form the woe-buoy, starting from the close end and pushing the dirt further out to the end of the bank. The temptation is to just push the dirt, like with a straight blade, like a bulldozer would, up and onto the roadway. Graders don't work that way very well because the blade's not big enough, so you have to work the dirt left and right with the blade from side to side as you push it up. Once you start spreading the stockpile material, you're not cutting into the roadway in any way, shape or form. You're actually just spreading the material that you've already removed from the burrow pit and stockpile. So the roadway never gets cut at all, so it's only just spreading the stockpile material.
And that's how we're forming the bank, or the woe-buoy. And the water will come down the track, hit that woe-buoy or that diversion bank, turn and go into this excavated pit, and then it'll fill up and then flow out on that contour line that we talked about. Energy's been dissipated and it's going in its natural flow direction. The advantage of this system is that you're not carting dirt or gravel from a long way. You're actually just excavating it right next to the track and you're just pushing it onto the track. You can do that with a road grader, you can do it with a front end loader. Any machine that can move dirt, you can use that to do this system.
If you're making a woe-buoy with a front end loader, what we've found out works best is if you drive into the burrow pit from the close end of the burrow pit and take dirt out the way you'd normally do it with a loader, by scooping and carrying the dirt back to the road. Move any vegetation if there's vegetation in the road, and then start extracting the dirt. Always stay away from the level edge for a start, from your level sill, and always work back to the level sill as you get closer to completion. Start at the high side of the bank and work back to the roadway. The last couple of buckets for the bank will actually close off your access to the burrow pit, so that's why you always start at the high end and work back. Yeah, and then make sure you've got enough dirt also shoveled up on the actual roadway section so that you've got enough to backblade back and form your ramps to make it nice and trafficable and make everyone happy.
Well, once you've constructed these woe buoys across your tracks, as you're driving along them, yeah, you will be slowing down, definitely, but that's the price you've got to pay to just slow down the water, de-energise it and spread it out across your landscape to grow more grass. If any landholder wants to learn how to survey these woe buoys in and construct them, yeah, they can contact the local land services.